welcome to Just Chopsing Podcast. And today with my cousin David and myself, we have the lovely Caitlin Koch. Caitlin Koch. Oh dear, all right, she's already singing.
It is Cook, not to be...
Oh, Cook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, will you spell it Koch?
Koch, actually, I mean, my goodness, but I get everything, so I'm totally accustomed to it.
Well, you should change it to Kutch. Caitlin Koch. Do you know what a Kutch is?
I don't. Do I want to know?
Yeah. It's a Welsh what is it, Dave? Colloquial? Oh, I can't even say the word. Oh, fuck off. Colloquialism.
You said you're going to be well behaved.
I did say I was going to be well behaved, sorry.
It's a Welshism. So in Wales, we've got, we call them Welshisms, where we change the English language to suit us.
Okay.
And a cwtch is kind of like a hug.
Cuddle.
So a cuddle.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Snuggles. Yeah. Love it.
There's also a cwtch is like a little room as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like a snug
stuff. Yeah. But we tend to use for a hug or a cuddle.
So Caitlin Koch.
I mean, that works for me. I think it sends across the message. I'm very warm and welcoming, and I think that's great.
Yeah, amazing. So you consider yourself a retro soul artist? Is that right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, and how do you come across that? You like singing old, like Aretha Franklin and all that sort of stuff?
Absolutely, 1,000%. Grew up listening to Mahalia Jackson, Elvis Presley, anything out of Muscle Shoals, Motown classics, all of it. So those are the kinds of songs that really affected me, I think, growing up. And so translated into modern day twist off of that sort of sound and vibe.
All right, cool. So you basically put your own twist on it and bring the old into the new, if you like.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, my goodness, so many of the greatest songs of all time have already been written, right? So it's like, that's what I listen to anyway.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of kids nowadays, they grow up on modern pop music, and you know they have to go back in time to rediscover the classics. Really,
it's true. Oh my goodness, it blows my mind how the young generation, they're not familiar with some of the greats, you know, and I think that says I'm getting old. What do y'all think? I think that's
no. Do you know what I think it is? It expands your knowledge of music. To be honest, listening to
I agree.
Listening to stuff from 50s, 60s, 70s, it broadens your horizon so much. I mean, there was so much great music written in those decades. I was going to say centuries then, but I mean, you're right. I mean, the kids today don't know what they're missing, to be honest, if they don't listen to it, you know.
For sure.
So, I mean, have you heard Drake's new song?
Which one is that?
Well, it's talking about old music. He's incorporated Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy into it. It starts at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt.
You've done that, have you?
Yeah. So I don't know if they're making any money off it, because they posted a snidey tweet about it the other day.
Ooh.
And saying, does this song sound like something you know?
Yeah.
And it is basically Fred's, but I think it's Fred, the gay one, singing. No, Richard's the gay one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard. Singing, I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my... And then it goes off.
Baritone voice.
Yeah, and then it goes... It's a little bit compressed, with a compressor, if you like. But yeah, it's definitely their song. It's definitely him. So I put a post on his Instagram today, because he said, because it's number one in America at the moment. And, and he said, we're at number one again for the umpteenth time. So I said, well, it's just had 50 million streams on Spotify. Get your claim in. So they might get $5 out of it.
No.
Right, isn't that the truth? Holy smokes.
Yeah, you don't get much out of Spotify, do you?
No. Not at all. So
you've been on the X Factor?
Yes.
Would you like to talk about that, or? Because for some
Sure.
people, they see it as a bit of a what was I going to say? Not a hurdle. For some people, it's like a stepping stone to their career. But some people, what's it, Dave? Help me out.
They do kind of like want to forget about it.
Yeah,
They think it's a bit of a hindrance. So if like where you are now, where you're a singer-songwriter, especially some of the guys in the UK, you know, if they've done it in the UK, they try and forget about that element of the career. But for me, it's kind of like it builds on you. It makes you what you are, doesn't it? So, you know, all your life experiences. So whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, it's still an experience that's put you where you are today. So, you know, but what made you apply for it in the first place?
Oh my goodness. Well, so my experience has been nothing but positive. I mean, my goodness, it's one of the highlights of my career and just of my life. Like the experience was just so wonderful for me. I had tried out for American Idol a few times. No shame in that either. You know, I think it's like anything in life, right? Like you see somebody's success or where they are in a certain moment and you think that happened like that, you know, and it's never the case, is it? So no, yeah, I had tried out for American Idol a few times. I had made it decently far every single time, and X Factor was a new show for the US, and my mother encouraged me to try out for it, and so that's why I did.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so that at the time then, Simon Cowell was probably only just bringing it to America, was he? Was it like 2016 or something?
It was actually 2011.
Was
and,
it?
you know, yeah, and X Factor was prominent in the UK. I think Australia was already up and running at that point, so the US was kind of like the last market to hit. And so, yeah, I mean, my goodness, it was exhilarating for me. I was so excited to be a part of it. It was finally a win for me. I was like going hard at it for a while, you know, and like when you're that age, you know, I was like in my late teens, you feel like, you know, it's just constant, you know, uphill battle, I guess. And then, so finally I had, you know, I had a victory, a little triumph.
Yeah. So you had some feeling of recognition, if you like.
Correct. Yes, of course.
You got your name on the you got your name. You got your face on the television, I should say.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know what the audience was like. The television audience was like in America, but it was probably quite big at the time.
Yeah, that show was broadcast. I think across about 13 or 14 countries. So
okay.
It wasn't just U.S. It was nationwide, global exposure, and it was amazing.
Okay.
Cool. What was Simon like? Because you were in his camp, wasn't you? You had to go to the judges' houses.
Yeah, he was my mentor, so he was awesome. I mean, you know, I know that he has his reputation, and of course, you know what we see on TV. I think he's just always been really honest and true to himself, and I think people made of that what they wanted to. But he was great towards us, you know, no complaints on any sort of level. He was a really, really kind person and just doing his job, you know, doing the thing.
Was that actually his house? Or was it like a rented house?
I don't know if I could say that.
Yeah, you can. You're not on there
I probably
anymore.
can. And it's been a while, right? No, it was rented, and it was in France. So he was actually vacationing at the time, and we went over there to meet him.
Ah, okay. And I saw you sang "Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow" for him. Did he still love you in the morning?
Obviously not. Obviously, it was a hit and run there. Terry.
Simon, I know. God, it brings the British a bad reputation.
He does.
Oh,
how tall is he anyway? Well, is he like really short? I always wondered how tall he was.
If I remember correctly, like maybe average. Yeah.
What do you call average? I mean, I'm small, so I'm only like.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, are you really? I'm 5'6", so maybe.
Oh, I'd have to stand on a box to talk to you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You know, it's so funny. I've always wanted to be taller, even. You know.
Well, you're taller than me.
Thank you. That makes me feel good. Thank you. Just setting the tone for the rest of the week here.
Well, I don't know if you've ever been to Wales, but they say a true Welshman isn't over 5'4" or
There
5'6".
It's got to be 5'10" because that's what I am.
Ah, fuck off. There we are, not even Welsh.
I might not have been born in Wales, but I got Welsh blood in me.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And I looked on your bio and it said you play rugby.
Yeah, I used to. I did.
Oh, you don't play
for a
anymore?
long time. No. Oh my goodness. I they say when you have some hesitation about putting on your cleats, that's probably the time to really hang it up. And just with music, my career, it was more of a time commitment issue than anything. I just didn't have the time to put forth to a team and didn't feel right about being there and not being there. So, and that was when I moved down to Nashville. So essentially they actually asked me to coach their women's team, and I was like, I can't do that. I just didn't have the time, unfortunately. So anyway, the further I got away from it, the more hesitation that I feel about just getting out there. And it's so funny, when I was younger, you don't think about these things, like no matter how, if there's a time lapse in between your last game and whatever, you just do it. And like, I don't know, like I have some real anxiety about it. So I haven't played in a few years, if that answers your question.
Yeah, no. Well, David's got some information for you about that anyway. Haven't you, Dave?
Oh, yeah?
But what?
Playing scrum half.
Yeah, because I did. It said about the scrum, because you played scrum half, and that's kind of like, I think you said it might have been a bit like the quarterback. But I think it's more like the number 10, really, because the quarterback, he sort of runs the game, doesn't he? If I know kind of like American football, I know you can play it for 10 hours, can't you, in one day, because it can take one game to last really, really long. But for me, the number 10 in rugby, so the outside half, they tend to run the game, really, I think. But
yes, I know what a 10 is. It's our national
sport in Wales. Rugby is our national sport, so
I'm well aware, Dave, and I know what a 10 is, just so you know. And moving on from that point, certainly debatable. Everybody has their favorites. I certainly have mine.
No, it was just that your description of I play scrum half, and the similarity in American football is to a quarterback. But it's not
I know,
really.
Terry. I know where he's going with this.
It's not really.
Yeah. Okay, I know where he's going with it. Rugby obviously is so new to the U.S. that for anybody watching that show, there's really no other way to describe that position.
Yeah.
I did get a little bit of flack on that from my friends overseas. But again, there's no other way to describe it for if people don't know. And especially in 2011, I mean, my goodness, I had been playing rugby at that time since high school, and had played 9 consistently. So it was, my high school was one of the only high schools to start a team in our area. And so it kind of like was really brand new for us. And now obviously we've come a long way with it. But yeah, no, I didn't know how else to describe it, honestly. And to get into it, and Simon knew what it was, so he's on there like, oh, what's that like? I'm like, Simon, we all know that when you were a little tyke, we're running around on a pitch, pulling, tags and all the things. So but yeah, no, it was really an honor to be on that show and be highlighted as a rugby coach. I mean, y'all know, I'm sure from talking to different artists, that they always try to find something really unique, right?
Yeah,
that can help highlight you outside of music. And so it was an exciting time for me, because it was bringing rugby to the spotlight in an American market.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they played rugby in America. I thought it was too rough for them.
They got. I think the US have got a pretty good team now, actually, because they do all right, and Canada got.
We're trying.
Well.
We're trying.
Yeah.
I know Canada play.
Yeah,
they're pretty crazy anyway. They play ice hockey and shit.
Yeah.
Right. So that's actually where I played mostly, was in Canada.
Oh, right. Okay.
And in my later years, but yeah. So
that's cool. It's good to know that other sports are getting picked up in the States, which is brilliant, right? Because I think American football is quite popular over here in the UK as well. Sort of like when the Super Bowl comes on and stuff. I know a lot of people in the UK watch that, and you probably get some really good news. But I don't think we got too many teams over here. Do you know what I mean? It tends to be kind of like rugby or football, or soccer. That's kind of like where it ends over here, really, unfortunately.
And cricket.
Yeah, cricket. I don't get cricket myself.
No, I don't like cricket.
Oh, I never got into that one. No.
It's nothing like baseball.
It's so boring.
Baseball. Is baseball worse or better? I don't know.
I reckon it'd be better. I rather definitely.
I have been to a baseball game.
I definitely play baseball.
It's really not worth it unless you're going for the hot dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I went to watch San Francisco 40. No, they're not the 49ers, are they? What's the Giants? Is it the baseball team in San Francisco?
New York Giants, isn't it?
No, the baseball team. No, baseball.
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I would not know.
I think they're called the Giants. So I went to a baseball match when I was in San Francisco. It was quite good, actually. They had this massive fireworks show at the end, and it was all right. Do you like fireworks?
The fireworks are a huge draw. I mean, my goodness.
I would definitely prefer to go and watch basketball, if I was honest. That'd be the one I'd go and watch. Because I
love basketball.
Yeah, we went on holiday to Florida, and that was the one thing I really wanted to try and watch when we were over there, but we didn't get there. I think because we were obviously in Florida and Orlando and all, and we never got to a game in the end, unfortunately, because we were too busy following Mickey Mouse around the place. But that would have been really cool. That would have been cool. Plus, they wouldn't let me go to Hooters either, and it was my birthday. My wife refused to take me to Hooters.
Interesting.
Is that a burger bar?
Yeah.
Sorts?
They do hot wings and stuff like that.
Oh, right, okay.
But it was my birthday, and they refused to take me there. I said, we're in America. I may never come here again. I need to sample it. You know what I mean? Because I wanted a t-shirt.
What were you looking to sample there, Dave?
Hot wings.
Oh, goodness.
So, anyway, go back to your music, Caitlin. After David goes off on it's usually me that goes off on a tangent. So, after you come off your version of success, then from the X Factor, did you get signed up by Paulina Abdullah, or because you worked under Paulina Abdullah's management company?
Correct. Yeah. So she reached out to me about 6 months after the show, and asked if I wanted to, work together, and we did. My goodness, for about 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Man.
Yeah. So because she said on the show that she really thought you were unique. I think that she said. Did she say something like that? Said you had a voice of your own, or I watched it earlier, but I can't remember.
I think something like that.
It was something similar to that, wasn't it? And so she did really actually genuinely support you then.
Yeah, she was wonderful. I mean, my goodness, and what a work ethic she has. It's just amazing. When she originally was a Laker girl when she started out, and she at the audition for the Lakers, she was told no after the first audition. She went into the bathroom, changed her entire outfit, came back out, was told no a second time, third time, went in, changed her outfit, came back out, put herself in the front row, got through, and became a Laker girl. And that ignited her entire career.
Yeah, but I mean, she's pretty old now, isn't she?
A lot of tenacity there. You are. I would not. Just...
No, I mean, I don't mean it that way. I mean, she's been around quite a long time, I guess.
I mean, when does she start?
How are you still with us? Oh my goodness. How are you still with us?
No, I mean, her pop career started in the early 80s, did it, Paulina Abdullah?
I think it was
I will say, I think Straight Up came out 89.
Yeah.
89, oh, right, okay, so late 80s then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was a choreographer for for the Jacksons before she came out and did her own solo career, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I know she had a really good career, or she had.
Yes.
She still has a really good career, but I know that it started somewhere in the 80s. So I mean, that's quite a bit of longevity. I didn't mean to say she was old, but I meant she's got good longevity.
Yes, she does, and that was what was most amazing about having like a front row seat to her and how she manages her career, and her artistry. She's still present, she's still present, and she has a way of reinventing herself that makes so much sense as the times change, so
yeah, she's
pretty
great.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not knocking her. I'm just saying I meant she's been around for a long time, so.
Yes, sir.
Keep digging that hole.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit of a gnome, so I'm only little.
Yeah, I bet she was lovely though, wasn't she? Because she always comes across as, like when you have the panel and you look at the X Factor people and stuff, and you think, if I wanted to work with any of them, you always kind of like, when you're watching it, you tend to pick one, and I would imagine she's lovely. She would be kind of like the one that I'd want to work with, really.
Very much so, and she's hysterical too.
Yeah.
You all would like her. She's funny. She's really funny.
Yeah, you'll have to send me her email address. I'll shoot her a mail.
Oh yeah, let me get that right over to you, Terry. Do you like our personal contact and address too?
No, I don't need to go that far. You can shoot me a phone number if you like.
Oh my goodness.
So what exactly did she help you with when you were signed to Paulina Abdullah then? I mean, because you said you went on an international tour. Did you do a world tour or?
No, so the international tour actually took place after I had severed ties. We severed ties amicably. Okay. So that was actually not underneath her management. But with her, she got me plenty of opportunities here stateside performing. I was touring with an outfit that was comprised of reality TV stars. So like I was from the X Factor. There were other singers from American Idol. We had dancers from Dancing with the Stars, and So You Think You Can Dance. And we basically comprised this show that toured nationally here. So she opened the door, of course, for me, and just being affiliated with her was really like a blessing. But at the end of the day, I was kind of brought to a crossroads, like on a personal level. Like I wanted to do so much more with music, and I wasn't sure of how really to get there. And so I decided to go out on my own, come to Nashville as an independent artist, and got involved in songwriting and really wanted to grow and expand as an artist, and do things that I had not done before. So that's what I was after.
Yeah. Because you're originally from New York, yeah?
Yeah, Buffalo, New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So then, did you move to Nashville after you went on tour or before you went on tour?
Beforehand, yeah. So
okay.
It's ironic, you move somewhere, you think, especially somewhere like Nashville, which has such an incredible industry. But I moved here, and within a year, I was touring overseas, not far from y'all. We hit about 10 different countries over the course of a few months, and just every day, different city, different show, doing the thing, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, because you played in the O2 in London.
Yeah, so country to country music festival. Yeah, gorgeous, just awesome, so great. And we saw 3 different stages that weekend, which was super unusual. Usually you have kind of like one, but we did everything from like the entry level stages, the more private performances, and then opened for Cassidy Pope and Maren Morris and all of them too. So that was cool.
Yeah, it's good, aren't they? Really good. And now you're writing your own material. So you released an EP called I Am Caitlin. Yeah. Yeah,
that was my goodness, that was 2016, and that was kind of like my first declaration of like, hey, I can write songs sort of situation. And super proud of that EP, but it's essentially a live recording, like front to back. If you're familiar with recording to analog tape, it's the old way of recording, music and audio, and So there was no mistakes to be made doing it that way. But it's amazing, you know, being in Nashville. This is really a musician city, and you have access to such talent, you know. And so I met, you know, 4 other players, one of which was from my hometown. He and I have been playing together since we were kids, and got this group of guys together, 2 days, like front to back, got those songs recorded and released within like a week.
Crikey. Oh, that's good, isn't it?
It was a quick project, gentlemen.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So with regards to your songwriting, then where do you draw your inspiration for your lyrics?
All real life stuff, you know. I write from experience, and I'm still growing. I don't really consider myself to be that great of a songwriter, but luckily I'm in a city and surrounded by people who really know what they're doing, you know. So, and co-writing here is basically the way that you write. You get in a room with other songwriters and bounce ideas back and forth until you have a song. And some of my, you know, closest friends and songwriters include Kirsty Manna, who wrote Austin for Blake Shelton. Bill DeLuigi is super prominent, household name here. Anthony Smith writes for Chris Young. They're like 2 peas in a pod. So it's been really good for me. You know, I say that I definitely will bring the baggage to any write, and you know, from that experience, we can make something happen, you know? Yeah.
So what comes first normally? Is it the lyrics that comes before the music, or does it kind of like gel together, or do you have a lyric hook and then you try and write some music to fit it? How do you work it?
Can go any way, really. You know, someone can come in with an idea, you know, a theme, or someone can come in with a guitar riff that they want to incorporate, and you just build on whatever ideas are presented, and it changes and changes and changes and changes until you get something. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I listened to Where You Began. That's quite a new song, I think.
Yeah, Where You Began, So Different Now is the most recent single, and we're getting geared up for a release in the fall as well. So I can't believe y'all haven't listened to these songs.
We have.
We have.
Y'all ain't listened to these songs?
Yeah, I listened to them earlier. I mean,
of course I do. It's part of my research. I listen to everything.
Just keeping you on your toes, Dave. Just making sure we're all on the same page.
Just because I wanted to go to Hooters, there's no need to pick on me.
So, my question, did you ever make it there?
No, my wife wouldn't let me. No.
Wow.
His wife said, why do you want to go there when you've got Hooters at home?
She probably did say that. She was probably like, how can I help you?
It's because, you know the movie Big Daddy?
Are you serious?
Adam Sandler?
Yes, with Adam Sandler. Yes.
I thought, man, that's a place to visit.
Just like Disney World.
When you're in America, you've got to do it, haven't you? You've got to sample the American culture. That's what it's all about.
Chase those dreams, Dave. Chase those dreams.
Yeah, he's ambitious as hell, Dave.
It's always good to have aspirations, you know?
That's right.
No, I was watching your stuff earlier on YouTube, and I see you've done some cover versions, like you did Creep by Radiohead.
Yeah, it was nice, yeah.
And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you covered one of my favourite songs, which is I'd Rather Go Blind.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Wish my buddy Angelo didn't go so Guitar Hero on that, but you know, what are you going to do? Sometimes these things happen. He needed his moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's like a fantastic song, you know?
Yeah, my favorite, I said to Terry before he came on, was Simple Man. So I'm a big Lynyrd Skynyrd fan anyway, so that was cracking. That's a really good tune. I like that.
Oh, thank you. You know, I mean, my goodness, those songs are so coveted, you know, that those fan bases, both respectively for Radiohead as well as for Lynyrd Skynyrd, like, you know, you're touching on some really iconic acts and songs there, and I think people get really animated about them, you know, but thank goodness, like, it's leaned on the positive side for me. I mean, I just put out what I like, right? Like, good or bad, it's just going to go out there. But I'm really blessed with the responses on those two songs in particular. I think Radiohead broke 8 million views this week, which is awesome. And Simple Man's about to break 3 million, which is, you know, what more can you ask for?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
brilliant, isn't it?
I don't know how much you get paid by YouTube, but it must be quite
actually
good.
Well, far more than you get paid by Spotify. So we're doing okay. Doing okay.
But you did put once. Don't cut me off, right? you did have one song on there, "StarSpangled Banner," and I think anybody that sings that, I mean, to me, it never sounds like it's sung correctly. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I know I'm from the UK, and I'm probably biased a little bit, but not really biased. I just don't get it. I mean, I listened to, I don't know, flipping. Did Britney Spears sing it once, or I don't know? I think so. Everybody that's pretty famous has sung it, I guess, at like the Super Bowl, or it just doesn't sound right for some reason.
But it's because I would put it the same as kind of like the Welsh national anthem. There's obviously, it's a pride thing, isn't it? So when you're singing your national anthem, and when you're listening to your own national anthem, it's a pride thing. So, you know, I've probably heard a lot of people singing the Welsh national anthem. Other people from other countries would probably think, no, I don't think
they wouldn't understand it because it's in Welsh.
I know that, but they perhaps didn't do a very good job on that. But it's kind of like there's not many songs that are sort of like get you goosebumps up on your arms, but your national anthem is always one of them, isn't it? Well, it is for me anyway.
Yeah, absolutely is. And I actually, you know, Terry, I agree with you to some extent. I mean, it's such an iconic song. I mean, any national anthem is, right? So it's iconic, and you always want to do it justice. But I agree with you. It's always tough because, and I understand it. First of all, it's a hard song to sing. I mean, it's hard. My God, like I sing the Ave Maria. I think that is hard. Okay. So for me personally, like I've been doing it so long, it's like the back of my hands, but I do know, you know, if you're going to break it down technically, it is a more difficult song to sing. So especially if you go about it, you know, certain ways where you're trying to hit the higher octaves and everything like that. So from a technical standpoint, it is more difficult. It's often sung a cappella, so that can be a challenge for people. And then, you know, you have to find this balance from a performer's standpoint, you know, how much you want to make it your own and how much you want to honor the original melody. And I think that people always try to make it their own. And I err on the side of honoring the melody. The song is iconic. It's already holds so much emotionality and impact. I don't think you have to do too much to it in order to make it what it's supposed to be. So that's my personal opinion on it, you know, respect everyone else's opinion, of course, but, you know, and then especially with singing the anthem at NFL games, okay? Yeah. When you're in a stadium and you're singing a cappella, I need y'all to know this, okay? Because like nobody really knows this unless they've done it. But with the acoustics of a stadium like that, so when I sing, oh, say, can you say, and I go into, by the dawn's early light. When I'm singing By the Dawn's Early Light, Oh Say Can You See is actually like hitting me in my face. Okay. Because of the echo. Yeah. So if you don't perform it, you don't know that. And it's hard to like, you know, you have to listen to yourself in your head in order to keep the cadence and everything. So it is a challenge. That was a very long perspective and opinion and also instruction on how to sing the national anthem, but so there is certainly a lot that goes into it to be fair and to be considerate. But again, I agree with you, there is a balance between making it your own and just doing the song justice.
Maybe you should like rewrite the melody. Get something like Nickelback to rewrite it or something.
It'd probably be a hit.
I wouldn't get Borat to do it. Did you see that on the Borat movie where he sung the Kazakhstan national anthem in the tune of the American national anthem. That didn't go down too well, did it?
I didn't see it.
You haven't seen that, have you?
No, I don't like Sacha Baron Cohen very much.
Oh,
I like him as Ali G. I mean,
Yeah.
Ali G is quite funny. But like when he did Borat and what was that other one he did?
Bruno.
Yeah, I can't watch it.
Yeah. No, I like
Rubbish.
it. I like all that sort of warped sense of humour. I get it, but I think he did quite well to get out of America in one piece. To be honest, in fairness, because some of the interviews he did, and he was quite disrespectful to a lot of people over there, wasn't he? So he was lucky to make it back onto our shores, I think.
Yeah. I don't like I said Ali G was quite funny, but he sort of like stretched it a little bit with that Borat, didn't he? I did watch. Was it like a half-hour series where he was interviewing different people?
He's released one on Netflix. Yeah.
I've seen some of it on TV, but
yeah.
All right. Then, Caitlin, I think we've covered most of your music. No,
Have you got any gigs coming up? Have you got any gigs coming up? I see you've got a gig. You got an acoustic gig coming up, haven't you? In the state?
Yeah, I'm doing. I'm kind of just keeping things close to home, getting my feet wet again. It's been such a weird year, over a year now, weird season for us. And my goodness, I'm located in Tennessee and things have primarily been open, but even still, like, with people coming here and being on vacation all the time, God bless them, the tourism industry here is doing fine, but it's, our COVID cases, I think right now are the highest in the US.
Really?
It's because we're, a tourist location. Nashville is just massive, has blown up over the course of the last 5 years, and you got a lot of people coming, wanting to get away from real life, from all that is COVID included in that. So, so you have to be, everybody's kind of like figuring things out over here, navigating those waters still. People are back to rescheduling tours. Some people are canceling. Some people are going forward with their tours. It's all kind of like personal, as to how you're going to handle it. So I've just been doing intimate performances here and there, and just to stay in the performance side of things, for myself. But yeah.
Cool. Have you been vaccinated?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, we've both been vaccinated as well. So, I mean,
I figured. I mean, y'all have had some sense of uniformity across the board. And in the county where I'm located, I'm in Franklin, Tennessee. Williamson County is, most people are vaccinated here and pro-mask and all of that still. But, if you hit downtown Broadway on a Saturday night, it looks a little different than that.
Is it kind of like just back to normal, is it? And people are no social distancing and...
Yeah, Dave, so over here, I'm sure y'all have heard this, but over here, it really depends on what state you're in as to how, your local governments and state governments have approached COVID, how they've managed things. New York and California, certainly, longer shutdowns, more serious shutdowns. They have mask mandates, I think, in place right now. Larger gatherings, aren't even a thing, I don't think yet, to some extent. So it really depends on where you're located as to how things are handled. But with Tennessee in particular, our state government and our local government here in Nashville, they're not on the same page. So there's no, there's no uniformity as to how our situations are handled.
Because we had a press conference at 7, but I missed it, so
I
don't know what it was about.
Well, Terry, I hope that it was a good reason. It was a good reason to miss it.
Yeah, of course, it's always a good reason. But no, because I'm in the Netherlands. I don't know if you know, but...
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Terry, are you in Holland?
Yeah.
Okay, correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I heard something on the radio today that they were going to lift the social distancing. They were talking about lifting that, and I think they were talking about lifting the mask thing totally. But apparently the Minister of Health contacted do you know Mojo, who Mojo are? Entertainment. They put on They put on shows and dance shows. They're quite a big concern, Mojo. And apparently the health minister asked Mojo to not hold any dance events going forward. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know why you're stopping social distancing and then saying don't hold any dance events, because they haven't allowed any festivals or anything yet. I think that's going to be talked about today, but I don't know what's happened yet. So
I gotcha. Yeah, it's tough, right? I don't envy anybody making these decisions. That's for sure.
No, not me, really.
There's no right way, is there? You know,
you're always going to upset somebody.
The government has been blasted over here in the UK, but I think they've done quite a good job, really, in the UK. I think because even like you're saying about the different states with Wales, England, and Scotland, we've been doing things slightly differently as well. But it is starting to open back up over in the UK. So I've actually been to a festival. I've been to a couple of gigs already. So and there's no social distancing, but they make us have a lateral flow test. You've got to make sure you've got a negative COVID test, and you've got to show it on your phone and things like that. So you know, it's going to be out. It's going to be our lives for quite a few years yet, I think, isn't it? But you know, it's a small price to pay, isn't it?
But are they stopping artists coming into the UK at the moment?
They're definitely not allowing anybody from the UK out. Well,
no,
we're allowed to travel, but nobody will receive us. So
I'm not surprised.
I don't think we're allowed to. We're not allowed in the US yet, are we? I don't think. I'm not sure if that's true.
You know, I'm trying to think, and I was just talking to somebody about this, but there is some restriction where like you maybe can't go out, but you can come back in, or vice versa. There's something like that going on, which again, I don't.
Yeah.
Don't you think it would be all one way or all the other way? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, because I know the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competition is coming up in a few weeks. And I see some of the UK bodybuilders are going like to Dubai, and they've got to stay in Dubai for 2 weeks, and then they go to probably South America or somewhere for 2 weeks, and then they're allowed into the States. So
yeah, well, that's where I'm going next week.
Where, Dubai?
Yeah.
Are y'all competing?
Yeah, you thought I was going to Porthcawl, but I'm not. I'm going to Dubai.
You go to this Olympia competition.
Go get
off your guns.
Go get him, Dave. I'm with you.
Yeah, no, Arnold, I'm like that.
Arnold's not going to be there, Wally.
He'll be there, won't he?
No, he'll be at the Arnold. The Arnold and the Olympia are two different things.
Doesn't he go to the Olympia thing, though?
Nah, I wouldn't think so.
So I know the Arnold thing is coming over here.
Yeah, the Arnold is worldwide now, isn't it? Well, pretty much. He likes to take it all over the world, but I think that's like 2 weeks before the Olympia, to be honest. But,
he's awesome. I love Arnold.
All right, yeah. Well, my girlfriend says I've got an Arnold crush. But, he made a bit of a speech, didn't he, Caitlin, and saying, fuck your freedom. Get vaccinated.
Did I say that?
No, not you. Arnold.
Did Arnie say that, did he?
Oh, yes, he did. Yeah, there's a video. Yeah, my brother actually sent that to me. It was pretty, it was pretty animated.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I don't understand. Yeah, like I said, I don't understand all these vaccines. I mean, you're probably the same in America, that you get vaccinated when you're a child from things like German measles, polio.
Correct. Polio, correct.
And you have a doctor's card, don't you?
Yes.
Well, all they do is stamp your COVID vaccination on your doctor's card, and that's it, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh yeah. Well, they gave us individual. Yeah, same. Yeah,
same concept.
Shit, they give us.
The concept's the same. So I don't understand all these people shouting about, "Oh, you're taking my freedom by giving me a COVID stamp."
It's because
it's the American way. I don't know.
Yeah, Microsoft are tracking us, and Elon Musk with all his satellite
from 5G.
Oh, it's nonsense! What a load of nonsense.
Well, that's my thing. You know, it's like, okay, let's say there is a tracker in the vaccine. Okay, let's say there is. If you don't think you're already being tracked by your phone, everybody's being tracked.
I know.
Exactly.
And who puts their phone down anymore? I mean, I tried to, because I don't know if you've seen that Netflix program, The Social Dilemma.
No, I've not seen that.
Okay, yeah, look it up. It is serious. It starts out, it's a little slow to start. It tells you a bunch of things that, we already presume to know. But towards the end, it gets pretty serious, and like, you'll just like, be like, you'll never want to pick up your phone again. But in the modern world, like, how can you really get away from it with communication being what it is and technology being what it is? I don't know. But, so yeah, I don't know. Everyone's, afraid, I guess, of their freedoms being stripped. And I part of me, of course, respects that ideology, but I got vaccinated. Like, I was like, shoot me up wherever you need to. I want to get back to my life. I am a musician. I'm a singer. I want to get back to what it is I love doing. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I was the same.
Exactly. Yeah, David was the same. That's good.
They could stick one in each limb for all I care.
Well, they will if you go to
I did not care. And besides which, like, the medical professionals in my life they had all been vaccinated back in December.
Yeah.
And I got, my goodness, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that was, momentarily pulled. I got that the day before they pulled it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, one-stop shop. I was like, here I go, and then the next day, New York Times releases this statement like, Johnson & Johnson vaccine's been pulled, blah, 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 blah. I'm like looking at my fiance here with like eyes bigger than my face. I'm like, holy Lord. I'm like, and he's like, you're fine. You're fine. It's all fine. You're fine. So.
Yeah. All right then. All right, cool. So, we've had a good ramble. And usually I do like a news story as we're going to close the show. So do you guys, I know David probably does. Do you like Halloween, Caitlin?
I do. I like fall in general, yeah.
Yeah, but do you like Halloween?
I mean, like, I don't get into like the like goriness and like the actual fear for my life part, but I like Hocus Pocus. So I don't know. Right, okay. Yeah, sure. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah. Because there's an American company called Finance Buzz.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of them. I haven't heard of them before. But they're looking for what they call a horror movie heart rate analyst. And so what you have to do is you have to watch 13 scary movies, the scariest movies that they can find for you. And you have to wear a Fitbit. Do you know what a Fitbit is? Smartwatch.
Yeah. How much do you get paid, Terry?
Okay, you get paid $1,300.
What do we think? Worth it? I don't know.
Well, that's $100 a movie.
That's not bad,
that's
is it?
kind of like, I don't know. Y'all want to get paid $100 to sit there and like die emotionally? I don't know.
Will you die emotionally? It depends what the horror film is. I mean,
yeah, I do it for free at the moment. Everyone's watching stuff on Netflix.
What if it's those Michael movies? With the mask.
Oh, so you don't like them?
No, it so scares the life out of me. Like, I just can't. I don't know.
I'm alright with all of them, apart, like I said before, is apart from like the paranormal stuff. So the minute they open up a Ouija board or something, I'm like, whoa, I'm out. I don't like all that sort of stuff. But like Saw, when they're hacking people up and they're chopping, and like Hannibal when they're feeding his brain for him to eat and all that.
I'm getting
stressed.
That.
I think that's great. I think that's really funny. I enjoy all that.
So we need for Caitlin, we need to scrap Halloween, and we need to feed her films like The Sound of Music and Grease.
It's going to be Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I love Grease. Grease is great.
Yeah, Grease is a classic anyway.
So. And I love Hocus Pocus. That is a classic. Who doesn't love that movie?
So it's not worth $1,300 for you then, Caitlin?
I don't know. I might take one for the team and just jump right in, Like, okay. Especially if they give like half up front too. Like, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, that's it.
Finance Buzz. Contact Finance. They might pay you more if you do it.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry.
There is one movie I definitely wouldn't be able to watch. I would not be able to watch Candyman. I couldn't watch that.
Why?
Because when it came out, I think I might have been.
So much candy in it.
I'm going to show my age now. It came out. Was it like 1990 something? 90. So I would have been maybe 20. And it really, really put the willies in me. I didn't like it at all. It really frightened me. It was like all the bees and he's got a hook and all that. That freaked me out. So I definitely couldn't watch that. No. I'd have to watch Bette Midler.
Love it.
All right. So when is the new music coming out then, Caitlin?
We're looking at fall, October, November sometime. Haven't set up an exact date, but this song I'm very excited to release. So
okay, when's your album coming out?
So this is like all of these singles are comprised essentially of an album. So if I put anything, fully together after that, it'd probably be, next year or something. But goal is to first highlight these singles one at a time and see how they do.
Okay, cool. Are you going on tour?
If I do, it'll be next year. Again, I think I'm erring on the side of let's figure some things out first. I would love to come back over to the UK in particular and play some shows for a while. But again, we'll see how things go with all of the international travel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go to mainland Europe. So Holland's open.
They'll let us in.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, the UK's gone now, isn't it? It's Brexit.
Oh yeah.
So forget about them now. They've had
it.
No.
Yeah, they've had it, mate.
No.
Yeah, they've fallen off the face of the earth.
The US were all about that. They loved it. The fact that we were going independent and showing our strength.
Yeah, Trump did.
Oh my goodness.
Trump did, but I don't know what Biden thinks.
I don't know.
I think Biden's anti-Brexit.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know that. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I'm not. Well, I am really, really poor on politics anyway. So
me too.
Of the UK politics, I'm really bad. So let alone any other countries. So yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Well,
Joe Biden, do you think he'll do a better job than Trump?
She's going to cut you off, Dave.
I'm just asking a question, you know what I mean?
I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I think you both know where I lie here, okay? But we're gonna leave it.
Oh, I was just going to ask you then.
Oh, I thought we had got you on the hook, then.
Guys, it's been so nice talking to you. I think my mom's calling.
Yeah, we're just about done anyway. Yeah, we're just about done. So so we look forward to your album coming out next year.
Definitely, then. Yeah.
And,
hopefully, yes.
Let's hope you can get out of the country and perform.
Yeah, drop us a message if you come to the UK, and we'll come over and watch you. That'd be great.
Oh, I would love that. I would really love that. It would be so nice, It really would be. It's been a few years since I've been over there, so have intentions of getting back. I just hope it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah. We need to get back to normal, don't we? Or some sort of normality, anyway.
Please.
Everybody needs to get shot up,
Definite.
That's not the right thing to say.
Yeah, my mum's calling now.
Yeah.
All right then, mate. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope you come back and speak to us soon.
Yes.
I hope we haven't put you off too
so
much.
appreciate you. No. My goodness, it's been a pleasure, honestly.
Okay, cool. And we'll let you know when it's going out on air. Oh, what's your socials?
Yeah.
What's your socials, Caitlin?
So it's Caitlin Koch. Contrary to Terry's belief.
Koch. Or Koch.
Sweet Lord. Koch, I think.
Koch.
Yeah, so it's Koch. Caitlin with a C. Caitlin Koch. Music, spelled normally. And Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the things. And all those songs are, of course, available wherever you get your music. So
cool. That's cool. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you both. Have a great night.
Yeah,
have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Take care. We'll see you in the UK soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right,
bye then.
Or in Hooters. I'll come back over to the States. I'll be the guy eating the chicken wings.
Will you be wearing a MAGA hat? Make America great again, Trump?
Oh no, I don't think so. I won't do that to you.
Right, I'm going to cut it off.
All right.
We've gone too far. All right, see you guys.
Bye guys, thank
Bye,
you.
then.